वो हमारी इंसेन मशीन होगी, हार्ड मशीन है। इसमें अगर आप यहाँ पे देखो मशीन का नाम है VulnOS। So let's go to a Linux machine. So first thing first, we need to identify the IP address. So let's discover. So the IP address of the vulnerable machine is 105. So we are on the front of, we have an interface of VulnOS. तो अगर मैं यहाँ पे देखूँ, VulnOS is a series of vulnerable operating system packed as virtual images to enhance the penetration testing skills. This is by the vulnerable server. Okay, this is a normal thing over here. So side by side, the first thing what I'm going to do is the nmap scan. Look for the services plus the version. And I'm going to use Nikto also, but first thing first, remember when you are trying to using nmap or Nikto, तो एक ही करके चलाना. So we got disbalance with it because over there a brute force might be there in the backend, the ARP packets. So one by one, try all the things over here. So मैं अगर यहाँ पे देखूँ, the port number 22 is open there. Port number 22 and port 80 is open there. So port 80 showing us the Apache version 2.4.7 and the title name which is VulnOS. Let's try Nikto now. Let's see if we can find any identification numbers or the service misconfiguration. So through the Nikto, no CGI directory found. Apache version 2.47 appear to be outdated. Server may leak nodes. Allowed HTTP. We can see it finds an icon.readme file. This is a normal file over there. Let's use Derbuster also. Nothing relevant. Okay, let's use Derbuster. As per the website, pen testing server website site. So we can see the website interface, which is your Jackaps, another bioware company. First thing first, identify the crawling process, number of threads. So user, share, word list, the buster, and we're going to use any of this one. So I'm going to use the medium one. So the PHP is important. So अगर मैं यहाँ पे बात करूँ, okay, it's not revealing there's any PHP word. So we're going to use WordWrap. And the IP address. So it's a normal Apache version is running 4.4.7. So okay, by default PHP सबसे ज़्यादा website use करते हैं, तो we can leave the PHP over there. And I can see something in the backend. So let's see over here on the result part. So through the crawling, we can identify the number of directories on the server-side request. So our main objective is to identify each and every directories which is on the backend. Okay. So we can see Jacob docs, templates, miscellaneous, themes, modules, scripts. There's the normal files over here. Some modules, some scripts, update.php, cron.php. Let's just add to this page. So what we have some directories over here one by one, some normal directories, but we didn't find any relevant data. For example, templates. There's a db-config.template file. Let's see this one. So over here, dbc data type database, dbc name, username. Okay, so normal query on the server side. So it means in the backend there is a MySQL is running. Let's see what else we can find. There's a Drupal.js file. Okay, the website is based on Drupal. Themes, we can see there are some even 7 stock. There's some normal files. Scripts, cron.sh file. Okay. Bin bash over there in the backend side. We can see etc Drupal 7 sites. Cron sh. Cron job. Okay. So this is a normal files over here one by one. You can check all these things, but the major perspective of this one is to identify each and every services. For example, जैसे कि मैं यहाँ पे देखूँ निक्टो चल रहा है मेरे बैकएंड सर्वर में नॉर्मल अपाचे 2.4.7 appears to be outdated. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to check one by one all the services. For example, website की बात करते हैं. Remember one thing, जब आप एक वेबसाइट penetration testing करो तो सबसे पहले उसको देखो कि इसमें क्या क्या लिखा हुआ है. जैसे यहाँ पे about us, normal है, check off docs, some files over here. Add to cart. Okay, there's an add to cart over there, but I don't see any. We are not able to see anything over there. कि data transfer हो भी तो हो तो रहा है, तो पर कहाँ हो रहा है? Okay, some documentation part पूरा blank है. Okay. So these are some directories on the server side. But remember one thing, sometimes we have to check the source code also. Source code review must be the first thing. All you have to do is to find the services and the reports. So you can see sometimes they black theme, they have some token values, some theme tokens, some API keys, API credentials in the backend source. There are lots of things could be happen. As a penetration tester, you will have to look all the one by one. So यहाँ पे अगर मैं Jacob docs में जाऊँ, user control CSS part, same thing with Jacob's path prefix, jQuery, Drupal site, and over here we can see the content type. They have given a content. So what exactly we have? For the security reason, this section was hidden. Sometimes sensitive data might be kept on the backend side. For a detailed view and documentation of our product, please visit our documentation platform at Jacob Docs on the server. Documentation, visit the documentation platform, which is your Jacob Docs. Just log in with the username guest and guest. That's why I was saying sometimes session management, OWASP top 10, A2, broken authentication and session management information can be leaked in the source code of the database. Source code of the website, sorry, not the database, website. So over here, you can see there's a platform which is giving Jacob Docs. Let's copy this one and let's see where it's gonna redirect. On my screen, I can see only one thing, that there's an open doc is there. Username, password, normal thing. Welcome to open document. Login with the using system, powerful storage, publishing and viewing and things. And the signing up for account, open document, computer version, Stephen Lawrence, and the version. The most important thing is the version to identify. So they are using open document version 1.2.7. But first of all, let's gather some information about open document. What exactly it's used for. Open Document is a free web-based open source documentation management system, which is your DMS, written in PHP, designed to completely with ISO 1700225 OLE standards. Okay, it's a normal web-based shared documentation management part. Open Document was designed under the open source GPL license, which is your GPL. In the nutshell, allows. Okay, so first of all, when you are simply penetrating some applications, gather as much information about those things that can be useful for the further steps. Documents management files, add any files type to the system. You can see one by one all the things is given. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to check all the things. For example, if I check for the vulnerabilities, open document 1.2.7, I simply write the version, and what I get first thing is the multiple vulnerabilities. Or they have given open document 1.2.7 SQL injection YouTube, open document browser in Source, and some walkthroughs. So what exactly they are doing? Let's see. So you can see over here they have given multiple exploits. Okay, search exploit, open document. So what's he's trying over here? Let's see over here. Okay, they are using a skill map. Let's log in first of all. Guest. So over here, the first thing which I can see, they have given some tabs, some IDs, some views, some file names, some description, modified data. Okay, this is a normal thing. So let's see check-in. Oh, we have a browse option. Let's see if I can upload this file. Failed for the PHP. They have given some whitelisted. So let's go to the directory. Let's see view artificial intelligence. Okay, it's a normal thing. It's just like you're giving some information. Hmm. So what I can see, they have given writes also, read, write, read and write exit permission. Okay, that's good. So the first thing first, let's see author, uh, minweb, something like that. So what I have over here is number of sorting code. Hmm. The first thing first over here, as per the information, open document, vulnerability, search, exploit, open document. There are lots of things. 1.2.7. And we have some text over there showing us multiple vulnerabilities. Okay, let's read this one. Next path file. Yes. And over here we can see the ID number, the product, the vendor, all the things is given over here. So the risk level is high over here. And adversary details, high-tech breach, security, research lab, multiple vulnerabilities in open document which can be exploited to perform SQL injection and gain an administrative access to the applications. And we have SQL injection in open document. You can see the vulnerability exists due to insufficient validation of add value with the HTTP parameter in the Ajax UDF PHP file. A remote unauthenticated attacker can execute arbitrary SQL command in the application's database, and we can see the parameter value, which is vulnerable. That was add value parameter, SQL injection. So the first thing is to find the parameter with the value over here. So I'm gonna just copy this one. So over here we were on the website and यहाँ पे मैं देखूँ तो मुझे सबसे पहले क्या दिख रहा है कि data escalate कैसे होगा because we need the parameter with the value. So Jacob docs detail.php and id is equal to 1 and state is equal to. Let's try with the state. No, nothing over there. Let's try with id1 because this is a table name on the database. And what we have select star from the ODM user parameter, where ODM user parameter is equal to 2 and the ODM user parameter 1. So you have error in your SQL syntax. Check the as minor corresponding to your MySQL server version for the right syntax to near that one. And ODM parameter writes. So over here we can see all the things is given one by one in the proper way. So we have an error, but this is over here. So can we try SQL injection over here? Single quote minus minus plus. No, let's hmm. Let's use order by function. I'm gonna use manual by first of all. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's give some entries. Select star unknown column 4. It means the total number of columns are 3. Let's try with the union all set. Error in the query. The use select statement have a different number of columns. Okay. Unable to find the requested files. Email administrator. Okay. So union select. Let's write the union select over here. But still not running. Let's do minus. Unable to find the requested files you have searched. Okay, I have one output over here. 1. Is it the value? Let's try. I'm gonna try over here. No, it's not running. It's not the parameter. Nope. So what I'm gonna do over here, we're gonna try something else. We're gonna try this one, the multiple vulnerabilities of the parameter value, which was on Ajax. Jacob docs Ajax. Let's see. We know that the server is vulnerable to escalation with the parameter value, but let's try over here. And the ajax.pdf file. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna visit only this one, the ODM user. I'm gonna delete all these things. So we have a proper parameter value with a value over here. Guest. Let's see, is it vulnerable? Okay. Okay, first of all, it's a string value. So let's do one all select. One comma two comma three comma. Reflected 2. Let's try with the version. Yeah, cool. It's reflecting over here. Let's try with the database. What is the database over there? Jacob stocks. Okay. Let's see the localhost. local@host. Yep. Okay, so this parameter exactly is one level. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this one, and we're going to use our automation tool. That would be my SQL map. SQL map -u URL and -DBS database. So this is a string value. So first of all, let's do डबल कोट, क्योंकि ये स्ट्रिंग वैल्यू है तो स्ट्रिंग वैल्यू को हम एनकैप्सुलेट करते हैं सिंगल कोट और डबल कोट से। तो यहाँ पे अगर इंटीजर होता तो हमें करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, क्योंकि अगर आप यहाँ ये नहीं करोगे तो वो वैल्यू को ऐसा इंटीजर ही काउंट करेगा। तो -, DBS database to extract, and I can see with the checkout box. Let's try to use this one. So I'm going to copy this entire thing again, and new one -d with the database. So the database would be my checkout docs as per the data. Database, in the database we need to find the table name. So -tables. Let's use ODM users as per the details. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to check one by one all the things. So over here we're gonna use the capital T. So we're gonna use capital T, and I'm gonna rhyme ODM underscore user columns to enumerate. After the table, we need to find the column names. Let's hit enter, and I can see some of the department, email, first name, ID, last name, password, and username. So let's use capital C for that, and that will be my username, comma, password, and I'm going to use dump command to extract the services. Nope. Do you want to crack the dictionary? I say yes. Let's use the default one. No. So over here, what I can see, there are some directories in the server side, and all these directories are, and over here I can see the password also. So through the server, we need to check one by one all the possibilities. तो सबसे पहले जो मैं यहाँ पे करूँगा वो है मेरा आइडेंटिफाई करना एक एक चीज को. So for that case, what we're gonna do, we can see there was some username like your guest and guest. And we have a webmin hash also. So let's try with the webmin. I'm going to use hash identifier. So it's an MD5 hash. So let's look for the online cracker. So I'm going to use hash killer. Let's use hash.com. And submit. And over here, I can see the password of the user webmin was webmin 1980. Okay. So what I can do on the server side, as an attacker, if I find some relevant data to get an entry or to get a chance on the server, my first step would be to get an SSH connection. Port 22. The port 22 की तरह access लेने की कोशिश करते हैं. So SSH webmin @ IP address and the password. So we are in on the server side. So our major concern would be identify all the possibilities one by one. So let's use botmail and prior to. As a security analyst, you should have a checklist. So what are the things should I test one by one on the server side? You have to make a proper checklist. So you can print this out. Over here, we're going to try with the kernel exploit. So we're going to use the kernel exploitation part. And over here, we're going to check the kernel version with the help of this. What is the distribution type and what is the kernel version? So the most important thing is to identify the loopholes from the server side. The first stage is important. The second stage, which is your post-exploitation part, is get easy for that. तो सबसे पहले तो यहाँ पे Python ले लेते हैं. Let's use Python. Yes, we have Python. Now let's try the version, which is I'm going to use this one. So the version is 14.04 and let's check uname-a, the kernel version. So if you remember कि दो चीजें सबसे ज़्यादा important चाहिए होती है आपकी. एक होता है आपका kernel version, एक होता है आपका release version. ये दो अगर match हो गए, so that's good. That's a good thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for the exploit on the exploit DB server. Ubuntu 14.04. The most important thing is to find the kernel version with the release version. So यहाँ पे 4.0.0 there. Or you can try the best thing. You can search on the Google also. Ubuntu 14.04 3.2. Okay. Kernel version 3. What was the version? 3.13. Yes. So you can see the top one. 3792. So what I already have installed this one on my server 37292.c, and the most important thing is to check the services. So clear this one, ls all. Let's go to the temp directory, cd tmp. So we are on the temp directory. So the main objective, what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to transfer this file. So let's use Python server. So it's on the port number 8000, and the file name is 3792.c. Okay. So let's make a URL quickly. So we're going to use HTTP server IP address with the port 8000, file name 37292.c. Let's use duplicate command. Now let's use GCC. And we have compiled the file. So it can be done by all the users on the server side. So let's try with this. Yes. And we get a proper root on the shell, which is over here. So let's do bin bash -i root on one server. So this was a proper steps. The most important thing is to find the loophole on the web server side. How attacker or a penetration tester identify themselves or use those bugs.